Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to IQ UK College. We are so glad to have you with us for this special live session on creative problem solving in a changing world. Our world today is moving faster than ever with new technologies, new challenges, and constant change happening every day. But creativity isn't just about ideas or innovation. It's about how we think, how we adapt, and how we find meaningful solutions to the problem around us. So we have selected this topic for our today's session. And today we are joined by our program lead, Dr. Irtaza Ali Nemati, who is a seasoned academic and researcher in service marketing and innovation. He is also a service innovation scholar at University of Tasmania. His work explores how creativity and co-innovation helps organization adapt to changing environments and solve problems in complex, diverse cultural contexts. Thank you so much, Dr. Irtazali, for joining us.
Thank you, Hamza. Lovely to be here. Thank you so much for calling me in. And I must say, all kudos to you for initiating these sessions. And this will definitely go forward. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in this session, let me guide our audience. We will be exploring how we can all become more creative thinkers and problem solvers as students, professionals, and lifelong learners. To start off, when we think about creativity and problem solving, it's really tempting to jump straight into ideas. But uh, Dr. Irtaza, how do you think it is important to pause first to really understand the situation, the people involved, and the problem itself before we start creating solutions?
And lovely, lovely. That's such an important question to start with. I think, Hamza, the world we live now, whether it's technology, whether it's education, or even how we connect, changes faster than ever. We see it in our daily lives. Even now, we are talking. It was very difficult in initial days to come talk to people, connect to people, while if me and you are in their homes and on their laptops, on their phone screens. So the world is changing very fast. So I think the first step is actually counterintuitive. When I say counterintuitive, it means when everything speeds up, you need to slow down to your thinking. I think, but creativity starts with curiosity as first. I always say creativity and calmness are best friends, but you need to make sure the friendship stays intact before you try to solve anything, and you need to understand the problem because also, Einstein once said that if I had 1 hour to solve a problem, I'll spend 55 minutes just to know the root causes of the problem, what problems are, and then spend rest of the 5 minutes in solving the problem. So that's powerful because it reminds us that the right solutions come from the deep inside and not speed. I remember a student team working on a community project when I was in Australia, and they had to change the model of 15 to 16 times, and eventually, when they landed and reframed that, they got the answer. So I believe rushing to solve is the enemy of solving as well. So I think it's always how we respond than how we react. So it's better to gain some time, stay calm, see the problem from a different perspective, and then start the solving the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's really wonderful, and how you have articulated this. Uh, yeah, you're absolutely right. So my next question is, um, as you know, the world around us is like changing so quickly, especially with the new technology and with the higher expectations from the students. As students and young professionals, how can we keep curiosity alive? Because curiosity is also a very important factor in solving a problem itself. So, how you think curiosity helps students or professionals in solving a problem?
We're very good. Like we always hear about this thing that necessity is the mother of invention, but I say curiosity is the mother of innovation. So you cannot have innovation while you're not curious. So curiosity is the lifeblood of creativity, especially when the world changes so fast. I think just think about it. Every new technology, every new trend, every disruption. I think it's a question waiting for a curious mind to answer. Like we are living in a global village, and where we are connected with everyone, and there are curious minds all around. They give certain answers, and especially on social media, you write a post and you get hundreds of comments on that, and there are very, very, very particular answers as well. I tell my students also that be a collector of questions, not just answers. So when you collect questions, you open and diversify your mind. And so we can definitely keep a journal, we can notice the patterns, we can reflect. Da Vinci did exactly that. I think he was. I was reading in a book. It says that he was constantly observing, sketching, experimenting, and he connected ideas across disciplines in a way that others couldn't even imagine. So I think even small habits make a huge difference. I think we can go out, we can have a 5 minute walk, just leaving your phone behind, jotting down what's in the mind, like connecting with the nature, connecting with the people around us, listening to their voices and listening to the inner voice as well. I think that's very important. Sometimes we rush too quickly towards people, towards other mind, that we forget asking our own selves what's really going on inside. And I think this is something, instead of why not, instead of saying why this, I think we should focus on the why nots, and these little acts, I think this will cultivate a mind, I think, that can innovate and thrive. So I all I say is that stay curious. I think curiosity is the engine of achievement, and in this fast paced world, curiosity is your compass. Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you think student should like work on this thing? How they can start working on like making their mind curious?
Change, I think sometimes for students, change can feel like a threat. It happens, and it has happened with everyone. And this is something very, when you're changing, your heart and mind doesn't allow you to change. It sometimes like stops you from change. I was talking the other day in the class, I think, while I like while now we are working on the computers, on the laptops, and using all the equipments and gadgets we have, the Microsoft Word, the text to speech, everything. And but if I ask my students to like close everything up and start writing on a piece of paper, they find it difficult. And because the change is not sometimes very proactive, and people are not proactive in accepting the change. But now change is also an actual playground for creative thinking. I think when you are changing, you have that opportunity and privilege that you won't be judged. And history is full of examples on that. I think explorers, inventors, scientists, they didn't have maps, but they created them as an event. I think I remember the inventor of Dyson. I think he had to like test 5,000 prototypes when he like finally got done with the vacuum cleaner without a bag. So I think this is something that makes us inspire. And you have particularly asked about students. So I think I have seen students transform what seemed like a failed project in Australia into something entirely new. And there are multiple projects that failed initially, and then they got industry backing, and they are like running successfully. So I think these are the tools we need to, because nothing is certain, and sometimes one thing looks very inappropriate, but another time it's something that's trending. So we need to be mentally cautious for that and mentally accepting for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you like talk about uncertainty like
Yeah.
in your last sentence.
Yeah.
And my next question was about the uncertainty. So how do you think like uncertainty, uncomfortableness from your perspective, how like the students and young professional can face that uncertainty and uncomfortableness that associate with the uncertainty. In uncertain environments, students and young professional feels, I would say, uncomfortable in that kind of an environment. They feel stress about that. How you think uncertainty can be tackled with openness and creativity instead of feeling fear, feeling stressed, or being resistant towards it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Stress is something that often, when stress
Yeah,
comes, the like thinking stops. We like find ourselves in a mess, and it is something that makes us hinder. and makes us like we become more of an emotional person and less of a thinker. So it is something very obvious, and this happens a lot with the students. So I feel in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. For every weakness there's strength. And when we see weaknesses, for instance, I was talking like even in the research papers, in the limitation section we have the opportunity to research. So in the we read the limitation section and see what has not been done in a certain research article, and we start like building on that. Even Google Scholar
Yeah.
says, if you open Google Scholar, it says stand on the shoulder of giants. So you have already a base, and then you stand on them and start working. So I think I encourage students to adopt a yes and mindset. When I say yes and, that means yes and what more. It's not only yes and you give a full stop. Yes and means a semicolon, a comma, so it continues. So I think a yes and mindset and improve the, like it's like an improvisation theater. I think you might have seen the improvisational theater where you don't have a script, but you lead from others. You just continue the thought. Sometimes a person has an extempo thought, an impromptu thing, and you build on that, and then a story is made. So this is how I think students should rather focus on, instead of uh, keeping stress as a negative element. They should treat stress as something, their companion that's pushing them. For instance, the deadlines. You see, students are always very worried about the deadline, that we are like in our college, in IQUK college, we are more concerned about education, and we like the fun activity, the everything we are
Yeah.
providing them, because they feel more gelled up. And in those 10 weeks, they not only study the module, but they become a better manager when it comes to business, a better computer expert when it comes to computer science. So because we need to accept the reality that students mindset has to be tapped. And I think, and then ask them that, but then they should ask themselves that what I can build on this. And that mindset turns uncertainty into opportunity. This is what I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah. So, my next question to you. Sorry, I'm asking you a lot of questions.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm here for this. Thank you.
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, our IQ UK college. As you know, we value diversity not just in our culture here with the student, but in thought and experience as well that our students and our staff is having here.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, how can working with like people who are coming from diverse backgrounds, with diverse thinking, with diverse perspectives, can help us approach problems more creatively?
Yeah.
Because like right now where we are located, yeah, we are located in this Grace Essex area.
Yeah.
So we have like I would say 40 plus nationalities whose people are living here,
Yeah.
and we have students who are coming from different areas of the world. We have students
Yeah.
from Nigeria, we have students from Italy, we have different nationality
Yeah.
students who have like different languages. Even to my shock, few of our students can speak four languages. They were fluent in English, they were fluent in French. So how this like diverse culture can help us in approaching problems more creatively instead of like
Yeah.
having a shallow or I would say narrow mindset.
Yeah, I think, but I've seen like this is a great opportunity for us, and something you're seeing something to my surprise that we have so much nationality. And
Yeah,
when the students are out in the like in the lobby, when they're playing table tennis, when they're like going to the multi-faith room, or sometimes they're doing the computer labs in the library, and all the using all the resources. It feels very lovely to see them sharing ideas and all that. And when we do the crisscross arrangement, when they make their groups, and then
yeah,
it is always lovely. And when they play games and all that, apart from study, is the co-curricular activities. It gel them, it gels them. I mean, this is what I UK college is striving for. We want a community that create inclusivity, that is diversified, and that is for everyone. And education is for everyone. There's no boundary
yeah,
to that. And I'll say, but when you talk about diversity, diversity isn't just a buzzword. We always talk about diversity, we are diversified, but I think it's not only a buzzword. It's the engine of innovation. It drives the innovation. When different perspectives collide, ideas sparks in unexpected ways. And the collision needs to be very solid. I think I remember Pixar, the animations, for example, thrives because the story teams are internationally diverse. Pixar has internationally diversified teams, so that's why it is where the ideas come from. Different backgrounds, different expertise, different ways of thinking. Sometimes that's how they create stories and resonate globally. In education, I push students to collaborate across disciplines and culture. Not only like if the student is in the business sector, in the business industry, or even working, being an entrepreneur, the person should go to different disciplines and cultures. And I have seen students doing that. And one team solving a sustainability challenge. I remember a combined science, design, and business thinking together, and their project was marvelous. So I think no single perspective could have created any solution alone. I think that's the real value diversity. Me and you are sitting, I cannot do that alone if you're not here. So I
Yeah,
think we being a team, we sharing the synergy. You're definitely hitting the right points. I'm talking about them, and it can help students to learn from uh, us, and also we are learning from students. So this is a vicious cycle with the going on and on, and something I say, the magic happens when perspectives meet. So this
exactly.
magic should not stop. Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. And I really love the activities that you do with the students. They are always happy, they are chanting, and this is like what we are here for. We are
Yeah.
promoting diversity, we are promoting different cultures, and we are upskilling our youth here
Yeah. Yeah.
so they
And I wish
can
we
so
continue doing so. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yes, and we will continue doing so. So, Dr. Irtaza, my next question is, so, today the world is very fast-paced. So
Yeah.
it is easy for our students and for our young professionals to get caught up in trends and outcomes.
Yeah.
How can like our personal values and sense of purpose, like having a sense of purpose that I want to do this thing in my life, like mostly our students who are coming, they are coming with entrepreneurial mindset. They want to open some business if they are studying in business program, and student who are even coming in that our tech program like computer science program, they are willing to open their own software houses, their own company. So, like I would say, like students usually are coming with a more entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, how we can help them and guide them to make creative choices that feel meaningful and true to who they actually are, so they can fulfill their purpose in their life.
Yeah, like purpose is like nothing but a compass for creativity. Like
Yeah,
when you don't have aims, goals, and purpose, you cannot find the path. If you know, it is said that if you don't know, like the route of where you go, you can go anywhere.
yeah,
But purpose is something that keeps you intact and focused and on the path. So I think without it, ideas can be flashy. It's like it's only like this. Like if I have a camera phone and I put this right in front of your face, very close, I won't be able to capture you. I need to be
yeah,
at a distance to see what perspectives are, but the image is. So we cannot, for that we need to have a teleview. We have a view that we say a drone shot. So we need to, in life we need to have a drone shot of everything, and then matching where should the right target fall, and where should we land, we should have all the opportunities for that. So I think without it, ideas can be flashy, but they can be flashy, they look good, but they will be meaningless. And I ask students for that, does this align with your value, does this align with something that you're coming from, does this align that with something that you want to do, does this contribute to the impact that you want to have? And history shows us the power of purpose. I think um, we have seen many struggles, like from many leaders, that the non-violent struggles I'm talking about, the Tesla's mission to electrify the world. And then this wasn't just about the innovation, but it was something that can amplify the the mode of technology, and it was meaningful. Purpose gives creativity, direction, and encourage as well. I think it's what separate ideas that fizzle from the ideas that change the world. So I think when your values are clear, your decisions are easy. Creativity is without purpose is just a noise, and I think with purpose it becomes a signal. So I think it's just matching the vibes around. Yeah.
yeah, you're absolutely right. And as you know, that mostly students who are coming, they are like sometimes they are not rational. Yeah. So how do you think that I would like say how you like practice in your teaching to make them more rational towards their goals. Because sometimes you will be having students that who want to open some like kind of a restaurant or any kind of a business, but how they can reach to that goal and how you make them feel that they are is their goal, is their ambition is rational. So how you promote rationality in the students.
Hamza, I will be a little disagree on that, and I think we love, like, we should agree to disagree, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this is
definitely.
something love about like this college culture as well. We talk, we share, we agree, and we like
Yeah,
value and welcome ideas. So I think rationality is something that is a subjective term, and everyone is rational in his own things. I think I would say with rationality comes the fear of failure as well. I think when we become more rational, we become the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, and that's what I do see in the students sometimes when they come to the stage, when they start talking about the stage fright, like comes into the place, and it doesn't create any room for innovation. I think fear of failure is one of the biggest killers of creativity. I think that's why safe spaces for experimentations are important, where you are not judged. Like in our classrooms, we often welcome ideas, whatever you want to like say that. And yesterday we had an academic writing exercise and workshop in which I asked the student to write. We say the free writing. Free writing is something that you write whatever is in your mind. You're not being judged, you're not being questioned, you're not being there's no right or wrong, but whatever is in your mind. Right. Don't think about the sentence structure, something going right, left, vowels, verbs, adjectives. No, just think about it that you need to write. You need to pen down and do the catharsis. So sometimes it acts like a catalyst. And then I I give this example that we teach students to fail forward, like small experiments, learning quickly, and iterating. There's no harm in getting failed, but there's harm in if you don't learn, and learn instead of getting fail, and fail. So I think if you fail and learn and then get past, this would be more enchanting, like internally, and this will be that you have achieved something and you have you have opened the locked door by your own self, and this gives a sense of achievement. I think mistakes aren't the dead end. I think they are stepping stones where you walk and cross the bridge. And I think safe environments allow us like the bold ideas to flourish. I think we say like learning is not very fast. Learning is a gradual process. I think, and but the mistakes are tuition for the school of creativity. So I think this is how things go. Yes,
yeah, wonderful. Uh, Amazing, Dr. Irtaza.
thank you.
And you addressed my next question in that. So my next question was about this failure, and you have addressed it very like phenomenal manner. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, what do you say? What is your perspective about storytelling and how storytelling? Because in today's world, student must be very good at presentation skills, about pitching their ideas and all that. So, what part storytelling plays in this whole thing?
All right. Ideas without stories are invisible. I must say, like
Yeah,
they're invisible. It's like you're sending someone without the voice. I think the voice is not always vocal. Let me be very clear on that. Like if you cannot speak, like it's not about the sound, but it's about the voice. We
yeah.
need to differentiate in that. Like there are voices and there are sounds. We need to make the sounds into voices. I think even the best idea can fail if it's not communicated well. And communication doesn't have to be only the vocals. It has to be the gestures, the non-verbal elements of it, and the postures and everything that is communicated. Sometimes the vibe is the connectivity, is the emotional awareness, is emotional connection. So I think these comes hand by hand. I think storytelling gives ideas a voice, and Steve Jobs was a master of this. We have seen his videos and the famous Stanford speech. I think he could turn complex technology into a story everyone could relate to. And I remember the story of the Apple and the stories that they give every time when they launch a new model. So I think in education we ask students to craft narratives around their solutions, problems, journeys, and this helps others understand the value of the idea and create engagement. I think I've seen prototypes I think become they become campus wide initiatives because their story got attention. You have seen many TV shows, I think American Idol and all that, when there's good storytelling, and um, a candidate come a contestant come onto the stage and start telling about a story that how this struggle I struggled into this competition, and I think we get more attracted and motivated about it, and also this person should win, so we like put our all support towards the person. So storytelling holds the magic. I think this magic is something that it complements. You have a practical skill and you have storytelling that merges around, and it makes you emotionally very viable. Yeah.
Yeah, so how we are promoting storytelling in our students at IQUK College.
I think we are making them more empowered. I think we are making them more empowered. We are like uh, within a certain limit. We are allowing them to take their own decisions, to like making their own schedules, to be a free student. Like that's what they say. Because when we capture them mentally, they won't be able to innovate and they won't be able to create. I remember that yesterday we were having a game. I think you were there as well, and we asked them to create a tower only from papers, and we didn't give them any resources. We just said go out, like get the resources done, talk to people, communicate, tell your story, and then they like did the storytelling, and then uh, one team got the A3 size papers, and one team only
Yeah,
managed for the A4 ones. So I think it's about the storytelling, like who wins and who not. So this is something that we always we have nurtured that into our college culture. So I think we are enabling them to be better at what they are good at. Yeah.
yeah. By the way, I would like to commend you. I'm a big fan of your projects, the activities
Thank you
you
so much.
do. Yeah,
Thank you.
students really enjoy those activities, and I can
No, no,
see
thank,
it through their faces. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, kudos to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So my next question is about logic. Okay.
All right.
So again, it's related to rationality, but yeah, but how do you think it is important to understand emotion, motivation, and people? And how do you think this emotional intelligence support collaboration and creative problem solving?
Oh yeah.
Like there are so many things in my question. Let me
Yeah.
sum up.
Yeah.
Basically, I want to ask you how emotional intelligence can support logic.
All right. All right. That makes sense.
Like
Yeah.
somebody, if somebody who is a logical, who is a person who likes being logical,
Yeah.
yeah. So how he can like cater to emotional intelligence as well, but while being logical
All
in
right.
making a decision.
All right. Hamza, creativity is social. Creativity is a social phenomena. I think empathy, we talk about self-awareness, and then I think the communication skills, they help team collaborate effectively. So I think teams with high emotional intelligence are better at sharing ideas. Teams with low emotional intelligence tend to find it difficult to share ideas. I think uh, when we are resolving conflict, when we are building trust, it needs to have that empathy thing, and empathy comes from emotional intelligence. You need to be aware of the other emotions in order to hit the right button, and otherwise you will make the other group more aggressive, or uh, out of the path. So I think this resolving conflict, building trust, all of this like fuels innovation. And I think companies like IDEO, and I think Pixar have made emotional intelligence a central part of their culture. If you see their cartoons, animations, if their project, you see the emotional intelligence part, the faces the characters make, how they respond when they're thinking, how they respond when they're angry, how they talk to each other, how they cry, how they laugh, how they smile, how they can chuckle. I think this understanding people enables better problem solving, and I think this makes more creative outcome. I think the greatest ability in business is emotional intelligence. I think this is what I think Daniel Goleman said. So this is the greatest ability that person should have. And then as I started my answer with, that creativity is social, and this is how understanding people that it fuels innovation and it fuels invention. So it's a path to invention to innovation. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So one of my last question is about leadership. And by the way, we are having a leadership workshop as well on
Yeah,
coming Friday.
yeah.
And Dr. Irtaza is also leading that workshop as well. And I would highly recommend everybody to come and join us at our campus. It will be between from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday. So see you all there. So, Dr. Irtaza, leadership today is, changing with the new advancement in the world like technology and AI and everything. So, how would leadership is no and I think like this is my belief that leadership is no longer just about like giving directions to your employees and to your staff and to your team, but it's also about encouraging nowadays now in this today's world. It's also about encouraging creativity and collaboration and teamwork, empathy, and all these factors that we have discussed in our today's session. So, how does creative leadership looks like to you in a world that's constantly evolving?
Creative leadership, that's a very, very strong area, and that's a
Yeah,
very, very, like, I think, untapped area as well. I think we talked about the leadership, we talked about the leadership styles, the qualities, the autocratic style, the like XYZ, and we don't talk about the creative leadership, that how a leader can
yeah,
be creative. I think this is the first prerequisite of a leader, that he or she should be very, very creative. I think creative leaders today don't command ideas. I think they cultivate them. They make people, they enable people to like think, and they cultivate that, they plow that seed of um, uh, ideas that ultimately grows into plants. I think they ask questions, they tolerate mistakes, and they celebrate bold thinking. If a question comes, they celebrate that. If they don't know the answer, they ask others, and in a group they say that I don't know about this, let's discuss and let's find a solution to that, instead of just getting everything on ego and saying, all right, if I don't know this, I should rather go on a different direction and start answering that. So I
yeah,
think that is important in education. I think I model this by guiding students to explore small projects, reflect, and make decisions. Creative leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about unlocking potential, and it's about empowering others to create. I think creativity is that tool that allows us to navigate complexity. When there's a complex challenge, when there's a problem, I think it helps us imagine new systems, connect across cultures that we were talking about. At the IQK College, we have people from different diverse fields, diverse countries. I think we are doing that by connecting across cultures and responding to the global challenges. I think students who develop creative thinking just don't react to change; they shape the future. And I hope the students we are having now, they're shaping the future, and they will be the future shapers. I think whether tackling climate change, the social inequality, technology disruption, creativity build that resilience, and that ultimately turns on to the connection. I think it allows us to turn uncertainty into opportunity, and we are all for it. I think I remember in Dubai there was a quote that is everywhere that says that future belongs to those who can imagine it. So I think future belongs to all the students, and I think we have started imagining it, and soon we'll turn this into reality. Yeah.
yes, for sure. Yeah, and now I would try to wrap up our session. And thank you so much, Dr.
Pleasure.
Irtaza, for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us, and more importantly, giving your time to us today.
My pleasure, Hamza. Thank
And
you so much. Yeah.
And thank you so much, everyone here at IQ UK, our stars, our students who have joined us, our staff, and all the audience for joining us. And as we leave today, let's remember creative problem solving isn't just about big ideas. As Dr. Itiza has mentioned in our today's session, it's about curiosity, empathy, and courage. The willingness to keep learning, keep experimenting, taking risk, and keep imagining new possibilities every day. Let's continue to bring creativity into everything we do and use it to make a real difference in our studies for students and in our communities and our world. Thank you all and have a lovely day.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Itza.